weiß Bescheid. Intendo.
Welcome to all Caribbean entrepreneurs. If you've been ready and waiting to take your business digital and get paid online while you sip something strong on the beach, this podcast is for you. We'll hear from the Caribbean's finest entrepreneurs on topics like e-commerce, business development, brand building, social media, their wins and failures. This is the only place in the region helping you navigate the digital age from the Caribbean's perspective. This is Digipreneur FM. And now, let's give it up for the Digiboss himself, Mr. Karan Rose.
We are back with another episode of the Digipreneur FM podcast. I hope all of you had an amazing week. We are going to be going into a really fun session today. This podcast episode is titled, What We Would Do with Your Business. And I have my guest, Ocey Phillips. We did an interview just a day prior to this. And we decided that we were going to take a look at different businesses. We've been talking about doing, something fun. So we wanted to do something where, we look at different businesses and we would take a look at, different things that we would do if we were the person in charge of that business. Because, let's face it, we all do this. Whatever your space is, you look at, what's happening in your field, and you really take a look and see, some of the things that you would do if you were in that person's position. So we're going to be doing that. So this podcast episode is the interview with Ocey Phillips, and we were taking a look at Courts retailer, or Courts Megastore, Courts Caribbean, however you guys may know them in your respective country. So, without further ado, this interview with Ocey Phillips dives into what we would do if we had your business, and this is with Courts Caribbean. Have fun. Yo, I gotta say, I love that intro music. Happy Friday night, everybody. Glad to see you guys joining us for a Friday night edition of Digipreneur Live. You guys know you could be anywhere else in the world doing a million other things, but you're here locked and loaded to another episode. And I'm very appreciative of that. If this is your first time tuning in to Digipreneur Live, my name is Karan Rose, and I am going to be your host for this evening. Let me know in the chat. Let me know that you guys are here. Jump in the chat. Let me know that you guys are here. As always, whenever we get started, I love to see the Caribbean coming together. So I like to do a little roll call, right? So let me know in the chat where you guys are tuning in from. Are you tuning in from Jamaica? Are you tuning in from Montserrat, Martinique, Haiti? Are you tuning in from St. Vincent, St. Kitts, Barbados, Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, the US, the UK, Canada, Australia? Let me know in the chat. Where are you guys tuning in from? It's always amazing to see everybody coming together because, man, you wouldn't believe when I check the stats of the show and to see what countries have watched have either tuned in live or watched the replay. Man, I'm seeing people all the way out in Pakistan watching the replay, Cyprus, Bhutan. I've seen people in Panama. We have a large following in Panama. It's really just amazing to see all of the places that tune into the content. Everybody trying to either learn something or look at other markets that might be similar to them and see what kind of information they could pull out and that way execute in their own region. So let's see who we got. Who do we got inside today? First comment of the night, Maurice Robinson. Big up yourself. Blessed good night. We got the bro Ishmael Marino. What's going on, my friend? We got Sulan all the way from Tobago. Good night. We got Drew Kyle. Bless up, me love it. Music says he's live from Trinidad. Jarrell Boudreau. I feel like I butchered it. But Jarrell says he's tuning in from Trinidad. We got Ashton Mills in the house. We got quite a few Trinis in the house. And we got the 416 in the building too. Good night, Angela Scarlett. And then we got the Jamaican Siddiqui tuning in from New Jersey. You gotta love it. And Dale tuning all the way in from Trinidad and Tobago. So tonight's episode, we're going to have some fun. So I'll be bringing in my brother, Ocey Phillips, an e-commerce specialist. And this is somebody where I constantly have some good conversations with and nice discourse offline. And we decided, you know what? Let's have some fun. Let's pick a business and let's talk about, because I mean, we do this all the time, right? You know, you put yourself in a position or you have a certain skill set. And then when you look at, you know, what's happening in your niche, you know, when you're talking to your friends, family, other colleagues, you know, you give your opinion and you talk about the type of things that you would have done if you had the power to do it. And I mean, we do it too. So why not have some fun and do it live? But before we go any further, let's bring in the man himself, Mr. Ocey Phillips. You know we like wildness. You know we like wildness.
You and these intros.
Yo, you know we like wildness. We gotta bring some excitement to the live. When's the last time you watched a live that, you know, you sat down and watched it and it was boring? Do you sit down and watch boring lives?
No. We had to vibes it up. Well,
there you go. I only vex that I don't have something strong
to drink
in the cup right now.
Forest Park Fridays.
I feel so. That's exactly it. Quick question. Just let me know real quick. Do you have any other device I'm playing right now? Because I'm hearing a bit of an echo.
No.
All right. No worries. We'll figure that out. All right. No worries. So, folks, good night. Welcome to the stage. Ocey Phillips once again. Yeah, echo. We're hearing some feedback. All right. I'm not hearing it anymore. I think we might be good.
No.
Bruh.
All right, cool.
Right.
So, what's going on, bro? How things?
Cool. Working. Not even being able to chill like a villain right now.
Well, I know you are a busy man. So again, it's always fun, you know. Yes, okay, all right. So the guys in the chat are saying that the echo has been solved. All right, and we're good now. All right, perfect. That's all we want to know. We want to make sure that everything is clean, clear, and crispy, right? So right. Yes, I know you are a busy man. How are things in the e-commerce world?
To me, I think things in the e-commerce will change every Thursday. I like to put it on a Thursday because right before the weekend, you think that it's going to be fine. Then somebody changes something. iOS comes with an update that changes how ads operate. Shopify, some platform changes an algorithm. Somebody changes something. And when you think that you could have a nice, restful weekend, it then switches to you having to do research all weekend to see how it happens or how it affects you.
Yeah, and I mean it is, and it's so many little things, and it's things that sometimes you don't even think might affect you. So like you brought up, the update with Apple. When Apple made that change with their software, just so that you can't allow tracking cannot be done on iOS devices without now further permissions. I mean. That is a marketing person's nightmare because now you have to get that's more friction. That's just another thing to be worried about, Heck.
Well, I mean it doesn't necessarily stop it, but it affects how you're able to track conversion across different channels, things like attribution, retargeting, and these type of things.
But that's big.
Which if you're but as if you're doing it as we speak. But if you're not doing it, then it may not affect you.
Well, that's very true too, right?
Correct.
I think since they made that change, I remember like right around the time, um, usually like if I'm gonna go and boost a Facebook ad, I have a setting for when I'm lazy, and I have a setting for when I have things programmed for when I'm actually locked in and trying to make sure that everything is planned out the way I need to. And my lazy setting for Facebook ads has always been boost to friends and family that are currently subscribers of my page. Dog,
Right.
when Apple made the change with the tracking, Facebook took that feature out.
Yeah. So Facebook would have to change over their that whole dashboard where you manage things. And they're working along with Apple to work around that SDK. But there are ways around it, but you just have to be creative on how you pick your audience. So you may not be able to retarget from cookies, but you may be able to retarget from other ways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it just means that you got to get creative.
and you know what? And I mean, and this is what this segment is really about is getting to have a little bit of fun and showcasing some creativity. So, folks that are just tuning in tonight, we are going to be talking about what we would do if we had your business. If you were running the show in your business, we are going to kind of break down some of the things that we would do in the business. And OC, who is the victim for tonight? Whose business are we taking over tonight?
We're taking over Courts, TNT, Court Trinidad is who we're taking over tonight.
I want you guys to note the violence in his voice. He said that with some, we're taking over courts tonight.
Courts,
The man have
Courts.
bones to settle with court.
Courts, what you doing, man? What you doing, my Courts? What you doing, man?
All right. So Courts is doing you something. So I mean, let's get into it. So I know a bit of the story. So let's get into a little story time right now, right? OC, we're doing Courts tonight, and the reason why this conversation really came up is because a situation happened, and then the first thing that as much as we can joke and complain about things, we don't stop at the complaining. We usually vent, complain, and then we're like, yo, if I was in that role, X, Y, and Z, this is what I would do, and blah, 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 right? So give us the story of Ocey Phillips and
Boy.
Ports Megast. Or give it to us.
So late last year, I say, all right, cool. I need to get back in the fitness game. Sports has been locked down. I can't play football like I would used to and exercise. Plus, I kind of have like a knee injury, right? So you know what I'm saying? Well, maybe I should get a bike. So I was looking at a outdoor bike, a road bike or a off-road bike. But then I'm like, if I buy that, because when I went to see the price of a bike, I'm like, I didn't even know so much a bike costs. The person tell me like, yeah, you need like 6,000-7,000. I'm like, whoa, I'm not Lance Armstrong. I'm not trying to ride. I'm not trying to go for all that ride. I just give a little something for a little 1,000, 1,500. You know that kind of way?
Right.
She's like, nah, that's the only bike. You buy that bike if you're going by the shop or something. I'm like, well, I just want to exercise and keep fit.
Right.
So I was like, all right. Given that I don't know how the landscape of the lockdowns are going to go, we may have a Delta variant here now. I don't want to buy a bike and then be locked down. So I said, let me buy a exercise bike.
Right.
All right.
Right.
I do so. And I say, right, let me go. I check in around now. I saw a place on Instagram. A friend of mine, I spoke to her, I say, all right, where you got your exercise bike? She sent me an Instagram page. I said, but no, Courts have a better one. Me trying to be frugal. I say, well, let me go buy Courts because Courts have it at a cheaper price.
Right.
And you know, I could ride, listen to my podcast. I could ride and be in a meeting.
Right.
You know, I could kill multiple birds with one stone.
Right.
Boy, my friend ordered her bike. Got her bike the next day, mounted up, delivered to her home the next day.
Right.
I ordered that bike on the 25th of July, 2021. 2021.
Right.
Up to now, I still ain't get a bike. I got three emails. The day I ordered it, I got an email, hey, confirming your order. I got an email on the 29th of July stating, here's what, your order is processing, right?
Right.
And then I got an email yesterday stating, well, your order would be out to deliver soon. Hold, hold us straight. We're gonna call you.
Dog,
But
what are they doing
the
you?
only good thing about that is that there was an option for me to pay on delivery. If
Right.
I had paid money through a credit card, I would have been outside court. I may have been on an Instagram. Somebody would have seen me online
Right.
in some kind of video that went viral. Because if I would have given them my money up to now, I wasn't going through that.
Yo, and I feel like I know. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see. I might not be able to, but I have a feeling this would be you. This would be you outside courts. This would be you outside courts, just chilling.
Exactly. But that is me exactly. There's somebody. What is going on? What is going on?
Osi would have been outside like you. What is going on? Courts, what? What?
What is happening? This is legitimately the 25th of July, right?
Right,
Like the 25th of July. What is going on?
right.
I have not even. And not like to say I get in real time updates. So what they're saying is like what? Like the warehouse in China. Do I have to deal with customs?
Right.
So courts
Right.
drop shipping then. So they drop shipping. When I make the order, they either bring it in from China. We waiting on courts. We waiting on web source or somebody else. And
AliExpress sold out. AliExpress sold out.
AliExpress sold out. This is madness.
Right.
This is like, all right. So the 25th is a Sunday.
Right.
1 week pass, 2 week pass. So that's 14 days, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this, like about 19 days. It's on or around 19 days since I've ordered a bike from court, and I have not received the bike. I've
And
got 3 emails.
and none of them say, "Hey, we're delivering on this day."
Not no. The last one said we will be delivering to you soon. Hope you stay safe. You know, COVID is going around. You know.
But that's soon. 2022 is soon, you know.
Listen, listen,
2022 is soon.
listen. That is grinding my gears. That is grinding my gears.
Oh my goodness! All right, so let's dive into it. So what do you see is the problem? What do you think is going on? As to what is this a systems issue? Is it what is the issue here? What do you see as some of the issues going on?
So it could be a lot of things, right? So basic e-commerce framework would say that you would have a front end store, front end slash or mobile app. Then you would have an e-commerce backend, but then you would need to connect things to that backend,
Right,
right? And when I say connect things, meaning that you should have a customer management system, ERP system, your analytics, your digital asset management, your CRM, your
right,
inventory, and you connect these things to the backend.
right,
However, if you're using multiple systems, then you need to find one common system that sync all of them. So whether you're using something like Zapier or something and you configure that to pull information to and fro through the
right,
system and automate the process,
right,
then that would make it smoother. But it's clear that that most of that process is manual because the initial email that I got on the 25th is not even a trigger email when I submit an order. So there's a delay there. That
right,
means that there's some lag in the systems that connect into each other.
right,
Nothing tells me that there is inventory in stock. So I don't even know if there's inventory in stock. Courts
right.
could come this week and tell me, well, here we're going on.
We don't have it
Somebody put in an order in May and June and the last 2 bikes gone.
in May and June.
Because remember the order would have been there before me.
Correct.
Right? So how they automate things, essentially how it would run smoothly is when I click right? An order. It's just supposed to run back to the inventory system, verify that there's inventory in stock, push out an email that says, all right, your order's confirmed, right? And then the process starts depending on what they choose. So I
Right.
could have paid. If I would have paid, then what would have happened is the payment gateway system would have double checked my account or my credit card to see if I have the funds. That would have happened in real time.
Right.
Check, do you have the funds on your credit card? Yes, come back approved.
Right.
Then it would have route to the inventory management system and to the ERP system.
Right.
Yeah, inventory management would have check and see, all right, is this available? Yes, approved, right? As your second factor that you authenticate there and that you check. The third one would have said, all right, the ERP system that would have then split the emails to the necessary people, whether it's procurement, whether it's sales, whether it's customer success, whatever the department is called. And then somebody there would have taken this report or this order and then say, all right, let's make sure that it's fulfilled and liaise with their internal delivery or their third party fulfillment provider.
Right.
However, all of that could happen in the space of an hour
Right.
in the real world. In the real world.
In the real world, not in that world.
Because they're not a marketplace. They are selling things that they have in stock.
Right.
So the mere fact that it's not out of stock on the site, that means they have it in stock.
Right.
And the last time I checked,
Or they're probably just not. They're allowing you to back order.
well, then they need to let me know that on the site.
Right. So either which way.
Then in the pre-order is going to take you, and that transparency is what helps,
Correct.
right? Because that's the same reason why we all go to Amazon. That one click, we know it's going to come through, and that 2-day shipping is legitimately 2 days.
And then
Right. So
even when people have their system set up to accept back orders, the system notifies you upon checkout.
Exactly. But you need to let me know. I need transparency in the process. Let me know, just like how it's shipped. And you could track your shipment from point A to point B. I need transparent. I need visibility of some element of your supply chain
Right.
to see, all right, where's this order? Is it on somebody's desk? Because what's going to happen is, suppose they call me a time when it's trust week and I don't have the money.
Because you ain't you.
Remember,
You know,
remember,
they'll turn around and say, "But you placed the order. You should have rest down that money and not touch it."
remember 19 days passed so far.
Right.
So almost, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be almost a month within that space.
Right.
So what if I spend the money? What if something happened? What if I emergency come and I cannot now do that? What do? Do I say I don't want to complete the order now and then wait the next month to reorder when I get money? Right? And so what is kind of scary about it is the mere fact that Quartz is built on Magento. Magento 2 to be specific.
Okay.
Now, Magento is a really robust framework, but Magento has its own culture. Meaning, WordPress is what it is, but Magento is just really, really. And once you get to understand Magento, then it would make your life easy from an e-commerce standpoint.
Right.
So there are add-ons. They are add-on. They are pre-built add-ons because
Right.
Magento is now owned by Adobe.
Right.
And what they do is they have a vetted list of technical partners and all these other partners that would build out preset things,
Right.
right? So Quartz has more than I would like to think that they're more than capable of saying, here's what. Let's add on this so that we could provide that update in real life. Manage me through the checkout process, manage me through the waiting process, and then connect because it's open source. Like you could all their API documentation is there. You could just get an internal developer to connect it to whatever existing system and decide which information you want to push or pull.
Right.
So it's not exactly rocket science. But if I'm looking at a business at that scale and at that size, then at least I think that you should have e-commerce correct.
Right. Right.
Why am I 19 days? 19 days. You know how much weight I put on in 19 days?
Yo, now I know there was a couple of things that you wanted to showcase. You wanted to do a screen share and break and use some stuff to break down the e-commerce platform for Quartz and give them and showcase and show the audience some tips on what kind of things they could do.
Do I do that? No. Let's do that in a timing.
All
Let me
right, no
just
problem.
organize. Let me organize what I want to show to be specific.
No problem. So in the audience tonight, have you guys had a similar experience with Quartz or any other big box retailer where you're trying to order goods through this pandemic and you're placing the order, but it's more like you're placing order requests because you still haven't received it or it took weeks to receive it? Was there an option for you to pay online? Let us know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you guys have tried to work with any of the big box retailers to order any products. It could be furniture. Because you know what? This was one of the worries that I had about moving during the pandemic. So I moved in July and in June, sorry. And I was here like, yo, where on earth am I going to get furniture? Where am I going to get anything? Because everywhere is closed and the places that are online, I know that the fulfillment process is an absolute mess. So I ain't gonna go and try to order. What if I, like right now, I need a shower caddy. And the places I've gone that were open, I ain't see it. I only just heard the other day Moda Live is open, so I'm gonna check that out. But I mean, the companies that usually do sell these things, I can't even purchase from them online. And who's trying to wait 20 days for something as small as a shower caddy?
Correct.
You know? So let's see. Let's see what some of the guys are saying. So, so Ishmael saying, I heard too many issues with Quartz. I rather order through Amazon depending on the item. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Johan says, I ordered stuff from Amazon and it reached before Ocey got his bike from Quartz. Listen, it's a sad state of affairs. You know, and you know what's killing me? What is killing me is I can order something from China. And from China to the airport to customs in Trinidad will take 3 days for the item to reach from China. And then, because of everything that we have going on in customs, it's taken weeks to come from Payarco to my house. So even ordering things from Amazon, ordering things online, it's like you're still dealing with this problem. So now is a time where somebody like a Quartz or whoever else, this is the time where they should be making a killing. They should
They
be
should be
making a
capitalizing.
they
Correct.
should be capitalizing because if we already know we run to Amazon, we run online to shop, we run to Walmart, we run to all these places. And for it to take weeks to be delivered to us, and you guys are right here with the product, we can drive, we're waving past the product on the highway, going into Port of Spain, and we still can't get the product from right there. Nah. There's a problem. There is a problem. Erica says, I had to go to my bank to cancel the order. The runaround with Quartz is absolutely ridiculous. Listen to me. And this is what Ocey was saying before. If he had paid online, he'd be balling right now. But he did the cash on delivery avenue. And, well, that's what you get, Ocey. You get put in the back of the queue.
Yeah, the same way. You ain't spending money up front? Nah.
Yeah. You could hold out. You could hold out a month. Let me
Back of
teach
the
you.
line. Back of the line
Let
for
me
you.
teach you from now. Pay up front, or you could wait. You could go ahead and wait. Johan says brand source TT is good furniture, very reasonable and fast delivery. How is that order process working with brand source? I haven't since they've closed. I haven't even looked at brand source. But what's that order process like right now during COVID?
I don't know. I haven't used them. I was going to buy a desk, but I didn't have to, so I don't know. I don't know how they operate online. But I
Right,
know they're open. And I
right,
know once they're open, you could go in and get it, like that kind of IKEA model
right,
where you go in and you purchase,
right.
but you go home and you build it, or you pay them a little extra and they mount it up and they deliver and they
Yeah,
didn't deliver.
I'm for the paying extra. Siobhan says, with all our Forex issues due to online shopping, you'd think e-commerce won't be such an issue here at this point. Man, I
Listen,
wish.
listen. At some point, at some point, businesses have to understand that you would lose what is called share of voice, but I always talk about it's called customer share of wallet, right? So my friend that bought a bike on on a Facebook store, on an Instagram store, sorry, DM the store, legitimately the store has the prices, DM the store, hey, I want this. The store said, all right, cool. These are the options, these are the bank options. Cash on delivery, links, or bank transfer,
Right.
right? 24 hours. A bike, an exercise bike was mounted up and delivered to her home, right?
Hmm.
Now, we may look at it and say that is not automated e-commerce, but it's electronic commerce. It is a form of e-commerce because an electronic transaction was done and the delivery was done, right?
Correct.
Now, in 2021, how is it that Instagram store? No, I think the base of the store is probably like St. James or somewhere like that. But like, how is that possible? That store could deliver something in 24 hours. And let's just say, all right, courts, you may have a little bit more red tape to cut through. 72 hours. But it's now 19 days.
Right. Right.
You know how much you will change in 19 days?
Yeah. 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 I might have seen a completely different product and cancel the order simply because of that. You've
Well,
allowed
I
me
mean,
too much time. I know what you're saying, right? I know what you're saying, but I'm also saying that in 19 days, you're giving your customers the freedom to still shop around. If I were to go and find that same bike and I'm getting in 24 hours, or I found a different model, or somebody had it on discount, like that's a lot. That's a huge window for a high cancellation rate. That's a big window for people to just turn around and cancel because they're getting it from elsewhere.
yeah, but then you have to look at it from the standpoint of I'm pretty sure that the people there don't understand the value of commerce. Because when you're looking at a business that big, to change, to shift that transformation that they would have to go through to understand that e-commerce could be a viable part of their business model. Because their business model is based on a consultative retail. You come into a store, you speak to a CSR, this person tells you the value add, even though there's a product. If you go to buy an iron, there's a little bit about the iron, 110 watts or whatever it uses to plug into, steam iron,
Right.
this, that, a little bit of it, right? However, online, online, they haven't realized how much revenue that they could generate online. So it's almost as though like they just did this just to check our box to say, well, all right, we have e-commerce. But
All right.
I don't think they understand how valuable this e-commerce could be, especially in the time that we're in, because we're not able to go and shop when we're on lockdown. Neither do we want to go and shop whether we're on lockdown or not.
Correct. Correct.
But we want the convenience.
Correct. So, what are your quick and dirty tips for courts to improve this system? Because we have people on the line who are small to medium business owners.
Right.
So courts is kind of high level. So what are some tips to kind of bring it home for the audience as to what are some of the things that you would do that could improve courts that they could probably look at implementing into their business?
So I would have to split that. So because that Magento's ecosystem is a little bit tricky, courts would have to get the additional plugins or the modules that built onto it, that would simplify all those processes. And then they would need to connect it to whatever ERP or whatever CRM system that they're using in the backend, right? If they're using MailChimp as an email campaign, whether they're using Aweber or Constant Contact or whatever they're using, it needs to be connected to a CRM. More than likely, they may be using something like Salesforce or something Oracle, um, maybe even Zoho or one of those. Zapier is always safe. Like you could go somewhere on Fiverr or something and get somebody who would build your Zapier connections, and Zapier would act as that bridge that would pull and push the information through different systems if there's not existing integrations that are there. However, they need to automate the system. So when I order, I need to see in real time. All right, is it there? Is it? But I need transparency of a deadline. All right, your order is there. Your order would be fulfilled in 72 hours or not. Or give me a time frame. Let me know that, all right, in 3 days I need to do that. Because as it stands now, they may call me tomorrow, but I may not be home. And then where does that put me?
Right.
Right? So they need to have some transparency in the process. They need to manage the customer's expectation. They need to use automation, but not just automation, but personalization through automation. So I need to feel like no matter how much other people is ordering through courts, that you have my order and my order is priority. Right?
Right.
And then if you know that payment on delivery is a longer lead time for delivery, then let me know that upfront so that I could manage my own expectations. Hey, payment, if you order through, is a simple pop-up during the checkout process. Hey, if you're paying through credit card, your order will be delivered within 4 to 5 working days. Or if you're paying cash on deliveries, a longer wait time, 7 to 14 days. I would now know. Let me choose the value that I have. Could I wait 7 to 14 days, or do I have the money to spend now?
Right.
So
Right.
I
Right.
can now make an informed choice, right? So
Right.
that that transparency, that part of it is key for the buyer, right? For the smaller folks who are looking into e-commerce, now these things could be automated in different ways. Depends on the platform that you're using, right? Now there are free solutions that you could use to back-end automation for, like, not ERP but CRM and order management in its entirety. You could use free solutions for that. You could use pay solutions for that. You just need to know what you're looking for. So if you're looking for it, then if you're using WooCommerce, then you need to go online and do your research and see what works best for you and your customer base. But you're looking for order management systems for WooCommerce, or order management systems for Shopify, or for whatever platform that you're using, right? If you're even smaller than that and you're operating on social media, Facebook Marketplace, Facebook Shops, Instagram Shops, and you want to manage that internally, then you can do that. But then you need to let people know that here's what review on orders will take place between 3 to 4, and you need to manage your time. But you also need to manage your customer's expectation. Because once a customer doesn't purchase upfront, it counts as though you lost that purchase because you don't know who you are sharing that customer's wallet with. Because
Mm-hmm.
I could have gone to that other person, but it's at the difference in cost. I just don't really want to go and spend that several thousands for me to get something 2 days faster, because I
Right.
don't see the value in that. But
Right.
somebody else may see the value in your product.
Right.
So managing the customer, and that falls in under the overall umbrella of what a customer experience is, because custom or digital customer experience is the sum of interactions that a customer has with your brand across any other channel, and it needs to be consistent across the channel. So whether it's social media, whether it's your own channels that you own, whether you're borrowing channels or leasing channels, whether you're hopping on somebody else's channels, the experience needs to be consistent across the board. And if that's managing the customer experience, if that's transparency, if that's updating the customer, because nobody likes to feel left out.
Right.
Because even though I get the product, I'm not gonna recommend courts. That's probably like a detractor on their NPS score,
Yeah.
because they can't even begin to send me an email and ask me how my shopping experience was.
Right. It's a negative one.
That audacity minus. If
Right.
there was even a minus on the scale, I would put that.
Right. All right. Cool. 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 So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna switch up gears and we're gonna dive into the marketing side of it. We're gonna take a look and see, what Quartz is doing from a marketing side. Are they building a nice digital footprint? Are they creating the type of marketing and content that you would want to see? Because the beautiful thing about Course being a big box retailer, is that they have so many different products. They have so many different categories of products. So when it comes to content and putting out things to get you to understand, why you would want to go with this product versus something else, like there's so much content that could be done from Quartz let's see if they take advantage of it. So what I'm going to do is let us start with Quartz TNT, and let's take a look at their Instagram account. Ocey, you ready? Let's take a look.
You got you. My computer decides to give me trouble right now.
All right, no worries. So here we have Quartz TNT, right? So they have quite a bit of followers. They got 41,000 followers. All right, no problem, right? But let's take a look at the content. Let's take a look. Now, keep in mind, what many business owners fail to realize is we the consumer, don't want you to take the ads that you would simply throw in a newspaper or run on TV. We don't want you to take those same ads and chuck them on social media. That is not what we want. You do not want to come to a platform and when every single post is ads, that's not what you want to see. And you can quickly tell that whenever they do get any type of traction, it's usually a boosted piece of content. So let's take a look at the first 9, right? Usually the first 9 posts on somebody's Instagram page tells you a lot about the brand and what they're trying to push on the platform. So, very first one. Well, the audience has spoken. They put it out today. They've only have 15 likes, right? What is the piece of content they're putting out? 3 more days till we serve you in person. All right, they're letting you know that they're going to be opening in a couple of days. All right, we'll give you a blind. That's something that you need to be letting people know when they can do business with you.
Right.
Home office goals. Now, let's see. 42 likes on this one. Let's take a look. Now, I may like where this is going. Home office goals, swipe left for inspiration. First one, ergonomics is key. Always seek comfy and practical work furniture, and your body will thank you. I like the idea, but I don't think it's enough. Because what is ergonomic about this? Well, what exactly is, yes, we're saying ergonomic, but what is ergonomic about this?
Fair.
I would have featured the chair, and I would have dove in on the ergonomics of the chair.
Correct. So that is exactly. So I was in the game looking for a chair recently, as you know, Karen. So I just bought my chair. Right.
Right.
So I was researching at benefits of the chairs, type of chair that I would need because I work sometimes 14, 16, 18 hours at a desk.
Right.
You see my setup. I have in and around 4 laptops on a daily basis, right?
Right.
But had they put out content on this, I may have gone to them for a chair. Now, a chair is valuable to me. I paid $2,000 for this chair.
Right.
Right. But that's because I had to go online. I had to go on YouTube, see somebody in a different country that says, here's what, this is the best chair for somebody who's in that type of industry or who work this long hours. And the content that was there is educational for me. However, they should have probably done that.
Correct. And I mean, when you go on YouTube and you type in something like ergonomic chairs, you get content, you get informational content that breaks down ergonomic chairs. And you're going to get from the high-end chairs, you're going to get the best ergonomic chairs, right?
Correct.
So this, again, I like the idea, and we're going to keep on scrolling, but I like the idea of office goals, swipe for inspo, but this tells me absolutely nothing because I don't know, when you guys are saying seek comfy and practical work furniture, what exactly does that even mean? And then we have ergonomic is the key. And we're not highlighting the thing that is actually ergonomic in the picture, which is a chair. Y'all should have had the name of the chair, why it's ergonomic, Does it support your lumbar? Does it have, you know, bum cushion? Like what about it is ergonomic? And
Correct.
if you look, what are the first two comments?
Do you sell the chair? Do you sell the chair?
Do you sell the chair, right?
So for me, and I am in no way a marketer, but I would have kind of tried to sway that picture to somewhere along the lines of the fact that people are working home a lot more, you're spending more hours behind a desk. Why this is the best chair for you based on the hours that you're spending working from home.
Correct. That is exactly it. And you know what? I want to highlight this comment. So Deja says they should at least have the products tagged so you can see the purchase price and everything. Seems like a missed opportunity. And I want to highlight that because if one of the most important features for Instagram commerce is product tagging, and product tagging is not available in the Caribbean.
Not here.
In the
we don't have
Caribbean,
it.
product tagging is not available. So typically, you would have in the majority of the other markets that Instagram is available, when they tag a product, it pops up with the price, and then they can click again, and it will take them to either their platform if they have, you know, Shopify or any of the other partners connected, or if they're in a market that Instagram shop is available for direct settlement, they would have been able to purchase the product right there on Instagram itself, right? Now, moving over, the next thing. So again, we're in this post, inspo, right? Home office inspo. This says background check. A bookshelf doubles as storage and eye candy for those online meetings. Now again, it's depending on, you know, if this was a photographer's page and the photographer was saying, hey, to make your office, you know, look good for photos or for videos, a good way to do that is a bookshelf, and the bookshelf can do X, Y, and Z. I would have liked that, but I feel like there could have been some more practicality to this than just a bookshelf.
In terms of the other uses and the functionality of it.
Yeah, like I just coming from Quartz, I just feel like there could have been just a little bit more, you know, or even, you know, you put out a piece of content that says, hey, we've partnered up with X famous photographer, and we're going to teach you how to put together a nice photogenic home office. And you have the photographer kind of giving you his input on how to build out a nice proper set. Quartz could facilitate that, and everything that they have in it is stuff that they sell. But they haven't even mentioned.
Correct.
So what if I want this, OC? What if you wanted this bookshelf? What we doing?
Well,
how are we getting that?
I don't know. You probably had to go on. Well, retail probably opening on Monday, so I guess, you know.
So let's take this one step further, right? Let's have a little bit of fun with this. Let's take this one step further. Let's go to Quartz website, right? And let's see if we can actually get that specific bookshelf. So we see it right now. You looking like you want to spice up, you know, you home office inspiration. You've been inspired by Quartz to up level your setup, your scenery. So you say, all right, I want that bookshelf because it apparently doubles as something else, right? So we go into furniture. And let's see if we can find that specific bookshelf. Because what happens is, remember too, everything that is on Quartz, everything that's available in Quartz is not on the website for you to purchase.
Right. So check the search bar on top. Let's see if the product search is actually, or if we can't find it.
If I can't find it, because remember too, right? They didn't even put the name. So what am I searching for?
I mean,
right?
A bookshelf. You just put in a keyword bookshelf and see what we find.
Well, we'll end up having to do that. But typically, they would have named what the product was, and I would have known what I'm looking for.
Right.
So far, it's not on page 1. So just taking a look at that bookshelf again, we're looking for this. It wasn't on page 1.
All right. We're going down to
All right,
chairs
here
now.
it is. Quattro.
Right. So let me just step in here, right?
Jump in.
What is a very, very, very key mistake that e-commerce businesses do? You see, product description. Product description helps in multiple ways. Product description
Mm-hmm.
helps with SEO.
Mm-hmm.
It helps with keyword ranking. It helps with backlinks. The mere fact that you do not have a product description and the mere fact that your Instagram, that course Instagram page says bookshelf, but this says bookcase is an
Yep.
issue,
Yep.
right? So all that product info there should have a description, and that is description should be either based in point form on a social content channel like this, but then it should be explained a little bit in depth when you go to the website. So in the product description, and people just look at things and we maybe don't even bother with it on Amazon, but Amazon's product description, even down to the feedback that somebody puts, brings localized context to SEO and keywords that
Correct.
helps product ranking.
Correct.
And
Correct.
knowing that Magento is a little bit more trickier to do product ranking and SEO on, then courts really just not in the game of looking to be discoverable.
No, they're not. And one of the things that, people, so if we take a look at, let's bring up Kevin Valley's comment. Kevin Valley says, no link in bio and all this work. Nobody is doing that. What should typically happen, right? So I'm going to bring up Amazon as an example. So I'm going to bring up my Amazon account, and this is something that people could do on their website as well. So if I want to switch accounts real quick. Bam, bam, bam. All right. So what can be done, right, is you could create on Amazon, you could create lists. So let's just say if I am doing something like what Quartz did. So Quartz has this segment called Home Office Goals. What they should have done on their website is create a landing page that says, hey, this is Home Office Goals, and here are all of the products that were featured in Home Office Goals. So if we take a look at Amazon, I have a list called My Tech. So people ask me, hey, what are all of the tech stuff that you are using in your office? So I have a list. I have this is my Amazon storefront with a list that I can now take this URL. I can take this URL. Look, the Karen Rose URL, Karen Rose shop on Amazon, and I could send this to somebody and they could see if I were to do a post like Home Office Goals, if I was going to use Amazon as my partner, I can turn everything that I'm speaking about in that segment, turn it into a list. And when I send out the link, people click on it, and then it brings up every single product that I spoke about in that segment. That way,
But
it's one click to link in bio, and then people could just click on it, add to cart, and then because it's Amazon, I make a commission off of everything that I sell through Amazon. Courts should have been doing something like that with a landing page, putting in the link in bio and showcasing everything that they're speaking about. Jump in, Ocey.
but Karen, that feature is available on Magento. And again, the deeper we dive into this, I'm kind of feeling that some external consultant or somebody who sits very far removed from the end consumer saying, here's what we need to go this. And because they're a multinational company, they probably say, all right, we need something robust. Because they would have used, I think Courts, if I'm not mistaken, they use the same Magento platform across the Caribbean. But they just use geo targeting and give us Courts TT here.
Right,
So we have we have some version of it.
right,
But the add-ons, every single thing that you spoke about there, the add-ons could do that.
right.
Bundle products, the add-ons could even, you could even hand select from the master admin deck in the back end. You could even hand select and say, here's what. I'm gonna piece together one thing from Karen, one thing from OC, one thing from Kevin, and then bundle that into a package, and somebody could then make that multi-vendor or cross vendor purchase in one.
Right.
And it would even calculate the discounts. Even each platform or each vendor has a different discount. So let's say I have 5%, you have 10, Kevin has 15. It would calculate it would automatically calculate that in checkout, and then the person buys it.
Right.
So my thing is, it's not reinventing the wheel. It's not rocket science. It's not
It's
something that
not. There's multiple
is
ways to have done this.
it's not even something that court has to say, here's what. Let's put out the ad in Caribbean jobs. Let's get a Magento developer. Because you could buy it, you could purchase it out of the box that somebody would have already done somewhere else in the world.
They didn't even give us a landing page just saying this is what was in the segment. So
But
that we
again,
can click on the link and go to it and make the purchase.
they don't need that because Magento offers you those features.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, as simple as it is, like, there's so many ways to have done this. So even if you're not using Magento, for somebody that's watching this, that's using WordPress or using Wix, like, as something as simple as if you're doing this, you can have a landing page with the products on the landing page, and then a link attached to the product. So even if you're and a call to action, that's as simple as that gets, right? So let's take a look. Oh, well, look at that. Visit shops anytime, anywhere, any device. Look at the caption. Work from home is here to stay. Here's some inspiration to get your. They did not list any of the products. Y'all had 2 products, and y'all didn't even list the 2 products. What is the biggest complaint of every Caribbean person that is trying to shop for something online from somebody who doesn't have a website? Let me see if you're good, Ocey. What is the biggest complaint that courts did not do here? I'm gonna highlight it for you.
Price and availability.
There you go. Imagine if this was Ocey's furniture place and you did this post.
DM for price.
Oh God, yeah, put no price. I not buying.
All your wicked. All your
wicked and not buying. And sorry, alive, we not buying from Ocey's furniture.
Nah, they buy from me
for price. We not doing that.
They scroll past it and then they take it and they go on Facebook Marketplace and type.
Look at the response. Look, hold on. I need to do this for dramatic effect. I'm gonna show you guys the response, and you understand. I have to walk away. No, look at the response. I need to zoom in. Look at the response.
I did. Thanks for reaching out to us here. Yes, we do sell office chairs. Please see the link below with available options.
How you clicking the link? Ocey, no,
And the link and options HTTPS. The link is in the word. The link is in the word. The link is in the word.
I can't click it. Why would they? What is going on?
Bruh.
And Ocey, hold on. And somebody posted that, and you know what they said, Ocey? You know what they said when they posted that? They said this.
Good job. Brilliant. Somebody left work today. Great. And somebody's like, all right, cool. Yeah, I had a good day. And I responded to a couple of posts. And that is going down as a statistic. That is going on in a report at the end of the month that's going to say how much replies did you reply to comments. And that is going in a meeting at some high level. And somebody's going to be like, yeah, we responded to all the comments on Instagram and Facebook.
Dog, first of all, Ocey, we're getting back to echo again.
Still?
It just was. All right.
Me doing nothing.
All right, no worries. What is... Hold on. Because I hear in the echo. Hold on.
Yeah. Just
what is killing me is you know you have to fire your either agency or your social media manager. This right here is such a big no-no. This is what you fire the person for because it clearly shows you have no idea what you're doing. And for a company as big as Quartz, there's no excuse for this. The call to action is link in bio and click on the product.
Dog, we're going to put the URL with the comment. That's all.
You can't click links on Instagram. What are these people? Listen, whoever posted that, I need the connection to your weed connect because that's some good weed you're smoking to post that. That is some
Link
great
in
weed.
comments. Link in comments. Link. Nah, that's the good. That's the Pineapple Express stuff. That's the best.
Listen, that is that good
T-
stuff. Give me when I
THC
go.
levels off the chart.
Listen to me when I go somewhere. If I go Amsterdam and I go and buy some weed, I'm gonna ask them, "Hey, I want the strength that would let me post a link in a comment on Instagram. That is the strength I want." Yes, and that's the second. That is the second. That's the second one, right?
Yeah.
Third post is okay. In a few days, stay tuned. All right,
Yeah, just stay tuned.
just stay tuned. No problem. Products from Quartz. We have an animated. Make that bread. Passion into a paycheck. Passion into a paycheck. What does that give you? What does that tell you?
Everything you need to turn do into do. So I what is it with companies here that refuse to educate people on the value of the products that they sell?
There's something and you know what's funny, eh? You know what's really funny about that, OC? In the Caribbean, we preach education, yet we don't like to educate unless you are paying a tuition fee.
Now you see, in the Caribbean, we're stuck. So we're stuck in a construct, right? That we haven't been able to pass the fact that education could be more than just formal, right? So
Oh,
there's a knowledge has a premium. People think that all right, I go to school, I go to tertiary education, I did a degree in marketing, I did a master's, I did a PhD, I did whatever it is, right?
right,
And we think that because we struggle to go through school and do that, then we do think that we should educate people because of what we pass through.
right,
So knowledge has that premium. Who am I to give away this information for free because cry, sweat, blood, sweat, and tears, to do my masters and this and that to give this information away for free?
right,
However, we need to understand that learning has changed. All the big companies that we glorify, the Googles, the Facebook, they have gotten rid of their degree requirements because that is not the only way to learn. Right?
correct,
Learning has taken place in different forms. You have kids who, as they're born, they're on an iPad, they learn differently. Almost every child, 3, 4, 5, speaks perfect English because of Peppa Pig and all the other things that they learn. They
right,
learn. Learning has changed, but we have not accepted that. However, education still falls in one form. They think that education needs to fall into a curriculum and something like that. And we refuse to educate people on the value of why a product or the value of a product. Because no matter what company you are, where you are, or how big of a company you are, people buy where perceived value exceeds price.
right,
However, as a marketing department, you need to communicate that value, and whether that value is in how you educate people to know that who didn't know that there was a value, educate them to know that there is one now, or how you educate people that hey, you may have known about this value, but do you know that this product could do this?
right,
How do you use this to transform a different part of your life now that you're home?
right,
And so it's not it's not just education in the traditional sense, but it's how
Right.
you do it is how you do it on a digital platform or digital channels to your own target customer.
Right.
And that is
Agreed.
non-existent.
I agree. So what we're gonna do is let's take a look at. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up Court's website, and we're going to take a look and see what are. All right. So let's take a look and let's see when we analyze their website. Right. Let's take a look at a
Local
couple of things.
localize the country on it.
Yes, I did. Oh, I no, I did it broad.
Okay.
Just to give us um some data.
Right, cool.
When we pull up shops courts, right? We can see their main website. We can see what are the main traffic drivers to the platform. So we can see that Jamaica, the Jamaica version or the Jamaica target market for shop courts is the leading traffic driver for shop courts, right? Second is followed by Trinidad and Tobago. Third, Guyana. Fourth is the regular homepage. Last is Barbados. But what I want to show, and let's have some fun with this. When we look at the top SEO keywords that people are typing into Google to generate a web page as a result that leads to the shop courts page, there's tons of content that can be found. So if we look and see, right? Let's size this up by volume. So what we're currently looking at, these are the top queries that people are typing into Google that is generating a result from the court, generating a result to the courts page. So we can see, Ocey, how much money do you want to bet that Courts does not know that the number one product being Google is NutriBullet? That's leading to them.
I don't have money to give you for free, Karen, because I do think that they know that.
All right, next beer is on you.
I could do that. I could do that.
All right. Beastly cold stack. Stats.
Say less.
So because we are seeing, right? So these are the keywords that people are typing into Google that is leading to Court's page. This means that this is what the audience is looking for, right? The number one product that people are looking for online that is leading to a Court's page is NutriBullet. And that's being searched 201,000 times, right? So let's take a further look. If we actually click on NutriBullet, we can get some interesting data. We could see what are some of the age ranges of people conducting the search for NutriBullet.
Yeah.
We can see what are the top questions that people are asking about NutriBullet.
How to use.
How to use
that NutriBullet.
How to use NutriBullet.
How?
NutriBullet juicer. Which NutriBullet is best? And we can dive in even more and get even more questions about NutriBullet. Look at that. Can NutriBullet grind coffee? So what we're saying is, rather than you posting these vague pieces of content, you could be doing your research and looking and seeing what are the questions people are asking about the top products that people are Googling online and turn that into content. I should have somebody. You should be partnering with either a famous coffee place in Trinidad and do a joint partnership video, or put out a campaign or a cafe.
Who does all those juices and fresh juice and that whole health campaign stuff like that?
Correct. Reach out to any coffee influencer or just people who are fans of coffee and have them do some videos on this stuff. Can NutriBullet crush ice? Can NutriBullet grind coffee? These are great pieces of content that could be a video, it could be a carousel, anyhow you choose. But guess what? This is what people are asking for online, right? That is what people are asking for online. So, I mean, we'll look at this last one because, I mean, we want to kind of wrap this up just now. But when we look at bedroom goals, right? No, not like that. Okay, you try to be funny. That's probably going to be the best piece of content. That little quip is probably going to be the best part about this. When we look at bedroom goals, your bed is king. Your bed is one of your most important furniture pieces you invest in your rest. Why? Why is it important?
But why? Are you gonna partner? Are you gonna talk about the importance of sleep?
No, they're not going to do that. Are they going to tell me which mattress? I'm somebody who has scoliosis. I grew up, I had the brace. There are specific mattresses that I have to look for anytime I'm buying a mattress.
Right.
So are you going to post on, hey, are you, and there's a high percentage of people that have scoliosis that need particular mattresses. Why don't you have a thing on mattresses for people with scoliosis or anything?
Because because whoever is in charge of marketing is not the person who probably cares about something like this.
There
It's
you
it's
go.
it clearly looks like as though somebody's checking a box. We have an internal marketing department, or we may be
But no,
outsourcing
oh,
to
we've
our
outsourced
agency,
it. We've
or
outsourced
we've
it.
outsourced the agency. And some agencies sitting and saying, all right, this is good content. Because remember, all this has to pass through different layers of approval before it gets to
Correct.
there. So multiple people think that this is a good idea.
Correct. And OC, what are some of the prices that these companies are paying agencies to do marketing like this? Give me some of the figures that you have heard that marketing agencies are getting paid.
So boy oh boy. So marketing agencies has been getting hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some are on retainers
Tell me the
for
currency. Tell me the currency. What currency?
US,
Oh,
some are on retainer. So there's one marketing agency. So I had a conversation with one, and they're like, "Do you have $250,000?" And I'm like, "But you don't even know what I want to do as a campaign yet. You telling me to come with $250,000?" And
right.
they're like, "Yeah, like you need to come with that before you even approach us." And I'm like, "All right, don't bother." So
Right.
so they are getting this because remember, internal marketing teams probably are overwhelmed with a lot of things, red tape, dealing with plenty of things. So they outsource this to somebody. And somebody would think that this is a good campaign. Um, Somebody would boost and pay money behind a campaign like this, which ideally carries up a customer acquisition cost. Whereas what we just showed in terms of the organic content based on the data and that whole search listening aspect of it, that drops down your customer acquisition cost, but it also means that you're building an organic community that you could cross sell or upsell anything going forward.
Correct.
When you post things like this and then you boost a post, it really does nothing for your brand in the long run because you would have to consistently boost a post to stay relevant in people's minds. However, if somebody has an issue with their back and they go and they search that back issue and court show them why this mattress is the best mattress, what do you think gonna happen? Hey, you going in a family line, hey, how the back girl? Well, the back good because you know why? I got a mattress some courts and you didn't know this is this mattress was good and this pillow was good for this is this. And then that starts to
Correct.
spread. And then you have
Correct.
indirect referrals that happening.
Correct. Osa,
Right?
I want you to bring this home for me. So you've posted this bed, right? No information about the bed, no information about the bedroom set, the frame, the mattress. Because, and again, this is only 91 likes when they have 41,000 followers. OC, with a lack of a call to action, a marketing strategy, or e-commerce strategy, how much money is lost in this process by bad marketing?
Um of the head, I would probably say they could be lost in on around 100,000 a month. And I'll break it down and see if I could kind of get it back down to a dollar figure so that people understand. You would spend marketing spend. So there's a return on marketing investment that's lost. There's a return on ad spend that's lost. There's a high customer acquisition cost because you would spend so much money, but then a customer may not. You may spend all this money and get one customer who may buy a bed. And if you spend $100,000 and you get one customer that buys a bed, then that's a bad ROI campaign. However, when you outsource to external agencies, they don't look at it as a direct ROI because remember, they just getting paid to perform a job. The
Correct.
internal company has to look at that, right? So apart from that, you're looking at the cost of not educating, you're looking at share of wallet, because Courts is not the only person that sells it. You may have fans, you may have standards, you may have other, even the same place that my friend bought the bike sells beds,
Right.
right? But everything they do initially, they put a cost on it one time. A
Right.
cost of the bed, a cost of delivery, and even though they don't educate you, you know up front what you're dealing with. So it's either
Right.
you're in it or you're not in it,
Right.
right? And the internal cost, there's an internal operational cost, because the operation runs whether somebody buys or not.
Right.
Because, and that's the problem with retail, your cost starts from the time you get inventory. You have to push that. So the longer your inventory stays on hand, there's a cost on that. There's a depreciation cost on the inventory, but then there's also an operational cost on the business not being able to sell that inventory.
Yes.
Because the resources would have been working, but you would have not been getting that revenue in over that period of time. And the amount of resources that would have been in play for this, a marketing department of probably 8, an operational department, a sales department, and then an agency, you're looking at north of $100,000 a month.
Easily. And then you still have all that money tied up in the product itself that's just sitting there collecting dust.
Correct.
Right. And you made a point about they're probably not the only ones that is selling that particular product, right? So
All right.
I'm sure, some people do this or maybe they don't, but we are able to conduct searches via photos. So we could upload an image. All right, let me see. Paste, upload the image. Let me just name this image. Hold on, folks. Quartz bed. So what could be done is, because Quartz has not labeled any of their products, they have not put a link in bio to link to any of these things. Somebody could just see that, go on to Google, upload that image, and have Google do a check to see where they could go and get that bed, right? And the only thing is, Quartz better hope they show up in this search. So we just uploaded the photo of the bed, right? I just screenshotted it, and look, we're getting results. So let's see if any of these lead back to Quartz.
Amazon, boy.
If Amazon has an exact bed, that'll be way too funny.
I mean, it may not have it, but the amount of options that you have on Amazon is enough to convince you.
Correct.
So one thing Amazon has beautiful, a lot of people don't understand. And go back on Court's page, Karen. Go back on Court's webpage.
Hold on 1 sec, because guess what? The number one, so the exact image, the one that's the exact, guess where it's leading to? Look at that. So the exact bedroom set, Quartz doesn't even show up for the exact bedroom set. Story and Lee shows up for that exact bedroom set.
Correct.
All right. Where you want?
So where did they get the image though?
Copy and paste.
Is it a copy and paste? Is it a copyright? Wow. Yeah, go back on Court's website. So you see this UI UX that people are seeing here. So when that search bar on top allows you to do a product search, right? But then when you scroll down and you click products on your left hand side, that allows you to filter, right? And the difference between local businesses and Amazon is Amazon has something down to a T. It's called the paradox of choice. Amazon don't give you too much products listed on your UX. So when you scroll along this main page, no, just scroll on the main page itself, right? There's something that happens when a you ever walk in a place and you see too much food items, you see all kind of food, and you don't know which one to buy, and there's too
Right.
much choices and you're confused,
Right.
right? So there's a psychology effect of what's called paradox of choice when you're dealing with e-commerce, meaning how you show the amount of products to people.
Right.
And if you click any, like when we were searching through for the bed itself, or the bookcase, sorry, the bookshelf,
Right.
if they would have figured out what that paradox of choice is, then it would have been easier. Because somebody in the comments would have been like, was like, all of that you had to go through,
Yeah.
and that then drills back down. So what we're doing now, we're filtering, right? And then right below filter, all those things on your left hand side, number of drawers, that has that is called facets. So there's a difference between filtering and facets on e-commerce. Filtering is a predefined category, and facets, you let the user define how they're gonna search through what they need to search through, right? But whatever, like, so stop right there. Look at these three. Look at these exact same three. Charles. That is a failure when it comes to the paradox of choice, because you're showing me three very similar images, even though the sizes are there.
No, bro, it's 3 different products for the exact same image.
You understand what I'm saying? So initially, that paradox of choice would say, why do they have these three exact same images here, even though it's three different products? So even you look to the bottom right hand, look at the name Lane for the exact same image that we found the different company showing up for.
Yeah.
The two on the bottom right hand side.
Yeah.
And this is one is saying that it's a chest, a 5-drawer Chester drawer, I guess. Carter, probably the brand. I don't know where Lane come from. And then one says one is highlighting in nightstand, but it's the exact same picture. So they don't even have product pictures down to a point,
No.
much less product descriptions.
Correct. Correct. So everything that we have highlighted, this is what you should not be doing. If you are gonna
Hold on, why do you have a bookmark on the picture if
I
somebody else
was
using
now
the
about
picture?
to highlight that. I was now about to point it out. I was about to say, Doug, if you're gonna go and watermark shop courts on it, and you are not even the original owner of the image, like, that is insane. So they're not taking out their own photos. They're getting it from wherever, whether they're getting it from the supplier or whether they're just straight up taking it from other people's website who probably hired their own photographers to get it, right? They're not even showing up. Their SEO is not even good, that when we do a reverse search for the image, they are not even showing up. And imagine, Google is going to show us what is available to us in the country first before it goes on the outside. They're not
Right.
even showing up for the image that they are using for this product. So you're not telling us what the product is. You're not even saying the name is Lane. There's no call to action. There's nothing. And you
But then-
expect somebody to search to the website to go purchase it.
But here what blows my mind, because the caption, that blue area that they highlight is blocking off the Chester drawer and the other thing, but that is a listing what they have on the product on the website. So here they're showing a bed, but on the site is a chest, a 5-drawer Chester drawer. What is going on?
It's not even for the bed.
Look,
Dresser with
chest,
mirror.
chest, nightstand, and dresser.
So Quartz is telling you to buy the bed. But then when you go to their website, they're not even showing you the bed.
It's not even showing the bed. Not even with a description. Dresser with a mirror. So I guess that's the one on the extreme right. One is a chest and one is a nightstand. So the nightstand is on the right hand side or our left of the bed itself, I guess. And then the chest is what's probably up in the corner.
Wow. Dog, wow.
I mean, when it comes to efficiency, they probably just like, you know what? We don't need 3 different pictures. We need one picture 3 times.
and use three different names because it's not dog. There's not even a product description.
The product descriptions do exist. I feel we hoping for a lot. Look at this picture.
Look at this.
There's a one liner. There's a one
Image
liner.
image for display purposes only. All items not included.
So hold on. Which one is this we're looking at?
This is the chest of drawer.
All right, nightstand. So the nightstand is what's in the on the left hand side of the
right here.
with the lamp and thing, right?
Right.
But then three jaw nightstand from Lane. So Lane is probably the manufacturer, right?
Right.
For display purposes only. All items not included.
Bro, that is failure of epic proportions, man. They have
And that is
failed. They have failed every step of the chain. They have failed from the marketing side to drive traffic to a product. They have failed from the e-commerce side for every single reason Ocey just broke down on the website. And even when you get to the website, so okay, the post is bedroom goals. So even when I get to the picture and you're saying the bed is king, I can't even buy the bed. And the only things that we can buy, everything else is blocked. The nightstand is blocked. The chest of drawers is blocked. The only things that they're selling on the website are all cropped out of the photo.
correct.
Ocey, I think let's bring this home. Let's bring this home, right? So we broke down the e-commerce side, we broke down the marketing side, and we tied in how marketing and e-commerce needs to work together to drive traffic to a product for a sale, right? If you were, Ocey, to give Quartz a score 1 to 10 on marketing and e-commerce, what is your score? I'm making Ocey, I'm blowing him up for this too. What is your score?
Then I got 2. I'd get him a 2 out of 10.
Oh Lord!
I would get him a 2 out of 10.
Wah. In the audience, based on the things that we have broken down between the marketing and e-commerce, out of a 10, what would you give Quartz for marketing and e-commerce based on everything that you guys seen here tonight? You guys jump in the chats, let us know. What would you guys give them out of a 10? We see
Somebody says 4, but my two comes from I would have probably given them like a 4 or 5 like that person. But my 2 comes from the fact that remember I went through a transaction. And the mere fact that it's 19 days. It's 19 days.
It's a 1. Like to me, it's a 0. Like they've done nothing right here. They've done nothing right.
I give them a 2. I give them a 2
for having a website.
One for really and truly having a website.
All right.
And 2 for choosing Magento because it's probably it's a robust framework. Like it could work for the scale of the operation that they have.
Yeah, but if I give you Thor's hammer right now, Mjolnir, do you know what to do with Mjolnir?
True.
It doesn't matter.
I may not be worthy of lifting it.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter if you have the tools. How many times have you met people that they spend all the money on the tools? They have the tools there, and the tools are resting down, collecting dust because they don't know how to use it. Meanwhile, there's people that don't have all the high-end stuff, and they're producing at such a high level because they just know how to get the most out of what they have. This is terrible. Nothing about this thing works.
So I don't. What is the problem? What is a bigger problem here is that, and this is a real huge problem when it comes to e-commerce and digital. A lot of people cannot. Remember, people are moving from traditional to. So courts know that I have a 50,000 square foot space in Sawa, which is a mega store, or how much ever 1,000 square foot it is, and they know how to measure a return on that, right? And they know how to calculate things like economic rent, how much money they're making based on the location, right? Strategically how they place that one down Freeport on the highway and all that. So they could calculate physically what's economic rent. But from a
Right.
digital standpoint, they aren't able to calculate how much they're losing, because nobody's probably saying, here's what, our bounce rate is so high.
Right.
This is an issue. So because they aren't able to calculate those digital things and turn it into a monetary figure, right? Share of voice, share of volume. Because nobody could say, all right, if somebody really had a good understanding of digital strategy, then they would have used data and they would have seen how much other places that sell beds in Trinidad has traffic that could have converted. Because there's tools out there that would show how much converted, how much people went to buy a bed, how much move from that bed to First Atlantic to we pay to whatever they use to process, right?
Right.
They can't see how much they're losing. And here, what is one of the biggest problems that businesses face?
Right.
You see, when you have employees just coming to work for a salary and keeping their head low enough to not get fired and just checking enough boxes to just get that paycheck at the end of the day, they don't care. 'Cause to them, Unilever just making millions, and I just want to come to work and I just want to check a box and I would send an email and I would say this, that. And then I would just do what I have to do. And when you reach quarter to four, half of the day I sit down on Facebook, scrolling through my phone. When you reach quarter to four, I go sit down by my coworker and I talk. But they don't have this because they don't have that entrepreneurial mindset to sell. That's why
Correct.
it's only one part of the organization really sells, and that's sales. Everybody else drilling holes in the boat, sales rowing.
Yo, and Ocey, before we wrap up, I just want to highlight one other thing, right? So I just look what I did. I Googled Lane Bed. Now, Quartz is coming up as a sponsored ad, so it's not even for the Lane Bed, Ocey. Imagine they didn't even take out the ad for Lane Bed. They most likely just put bed, right? And that's why they're showing up for the ad. But dog, look at everything. First things first, none of these images are Quartz. So they're not showing up for any image searches. When we scroll through, their SEO is so poor, they're not showing up for the thing itself. They're
Bro.
not even showing up for...
And that is what I said. The very first thing that you see is a paid ad. And that pay per click carries up your customer acquisition cost. Because somebody sitting somewhere and say, here's what, all that digital thing Karen and Ocey talking about too hard. We could drop some budget behind this. Let me put $1,000 behind this. And anybody search your bed, somebody will say, well, we have a click-through rate of 0.25. And they'll go and pull up something in a meeting at the end of the month and say, all right, likes has improved. This has improved. Vanity metrics.
Vanity metrics.
Vanity metrics.
And no data research, right? Because if they had somebody on their team that was pulling data research, extracting Google data, they would know exactly what keyword to take and put in this ad campaign, because there's no way that you guys are on social media showcasing a bed. You guys didn't even put the Lane bed, the make, model, the price of the bed in the caption. You don't even have the bed listed on your website. Then you're not even showing up for Lane Bed when we do a Google search. So at this point, this bed I can't buy from Quartz. It doesn't exist in Quartz.
Correct. Marketing people and all didn't even say, all right, let's just choose the keyword of the brands that we carry.
Didn't even do
At
that.
minimum.
Didn't even do that.
Whether somebody trying to type in, I'm looking for Lane, somebody named Lane, I supposed to see a bed from Quartz and be like, wait, that my bed name after my partner?
Correct.
That is where the world's supposed to be. And discoverability, listen, in this world, right now, discoverability is the number. You have to be found before even people could be able to decide if they want to pay you or not.
Correct. Correct.
Because if somebody finds your product and they want it badly enough, they will go to Western Union, they will go to MoneyGram.
Yes.
They will line up in a bank and pay you. So
Yes.
being found and making sure that your product solves enough of a problem that's a pain point for your target market is your only priority now. Well, your number one priority.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Right?
I mean, we can't stress it enough. If you cannot be discovered in 2021 and beyond, if you cannot be discovered by search, whether it's through words, if we cannot do voice search, lay in bed, oh God, I don't even want to do it, because if we do a voice search and they don't show up for that, that means you can't be found via text, you can't be found via voice, and you can't be found via a reverse photo search. This product does not exist. And for me, coming back to a scale of 1 to 10, Quartz, you have failed in every step of the way. This is a 1 for me, and a 1 only because you have a website. But the website needs a lot of tender, loving care. The social media, there's no call to action. There's no strategy. You cannot just come on a platform and dump photos that you look, your competitors from other countries have the exact same photos. So there's nothing about what you guys are putting out there that is native to you here in the Caribbean that makes any sense. You guys already, we can see there's low engagement, so people aren't even engaging on your stuff. And at this point in time, Ocey is still an hour and a half into this live. Ocey still 19 days later waiting for this bike. Ocey.
Now, one other thing, right? When you search lane bed, even on that pay-per-click campaign, that paid campaign that Course has, I think if not the number one or the number one to search is Amazon.
Yes.
All right? And I need to touch on this for people, and I would probably say this in every single one of the breakdowns that we have here, is that the fact that Amazon is ranking here higher than local people, because we
And look,
supposed to have
lane right in the look. Lane right there in
correct,
the middle.
but click it, right. What did the description says? Lane home furnishings bed queen. So if anybody search for lane, anybody search for home furnishings, it's going to rank. If anybody search for the
And if
bed,
it's not
it's going to rank.
available, Ocey, if it's not available, they're telling you up front. If it's not available, telling you up front.
We do not know, right? But hold on. And it tells you could visit the Lane Home Furnishing store. They break down the description. Look at it. Solid wood. So if somebody types in solid wood queen bed, they're going to find it. If somebody types in bed includes center support, if somebody say, all right, I need a bed with center support because I need that for scoliosis. Right? Then more than likely they're going to find it.
Right.
And those keywords, that product description that is there is very much helpful to Amazon's SEO.
Correct.
And it educates you. Look, it tells you ships with premium packaging to ensure that the product arrives free from damage. So they are answering every single question that a CSR inside a courts would have been answering. How does it ship? It coming on a bed? It coming on a flat bed? It coming in a truck? What is it? But
Correct.
Amazon is not even afraid to redirect traffic from them to your main store.
Correct.
And look, more product information, size, weight, this, that. Listen.
All right. Listen, we have some really good comments. Kevin says you'll get these people working their great breakdown. Let's use this video to change the way we get jobs. Love it. Who say retainer? Great jobs for ourselves. Music says a 3 or 4. I also use Amazon Picks on my website, but my business is extremely small. I mean, hey, you know what? But again, this is a whole different beast. So I mean, this was, if you guys enjoyed this live, if you guys want to see more of this type of content, this is, what would we do if we have your business? And again, because we enjoy e-commerce, because we enjoy marketing, and me and Ocey are both really technical marketers. I mean, we don't even consider ourselves marketers. We're just people that enjoy the tech. But that tech brings us down this journey of understanding what is happening within businesses, what should be happening in the online space, and then we can kind of break it down and build strategies around that. So if you guys enjoyed this content, just let us know in the chat. Drop some fire or drop a comment. Just let us know that you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys want to see more of this type of content, we're going to be taking our surveys and seeing, what other businesses that you guys might want to break down on. And then we'll go through the e-commerce platforms, we'll go through the marketing, and then we'll break it down just like we did today. Ocey, you have any closing remarks for us as we wrap up?
Yeah. So my closing remarks are not for courts, but for the people who are looking in. Be discoverable. Find every single way to get in front of the face of people that you're targeting or people that want your products. Research things like Google micro moments, research things like 0 moments of truth. Find out how Google algorithm helps you get found, because Google has a whole ecosystem that just shows you how to be found. Google realized that there are more people asking things than people being able to answer. So Google is saying, here's what I am showing you exactly how to show up in front of the people that are asking. All right? Do those things and ensure that you are being found and take your business to the next level. Learn everything from different people. I mean, there's a book that's called from a guy called, I think it's Richard Dawkins is his name, called The Selfish Gene. And one thing in that book stood out to me. He said, organisms are people who learn from others people's mistakes end up going further than people who learn from mistakes that they make from themselves. All right? So
Correct.
learn from other people's mistakes, apply on to much things, get the context that you need to get, and push your business to the next level. Because digital isn't going anywhere anytime.
I love it. I love it. And honestly, I'll just wrap up I'll echo some of the things that Ocey said. Discoverability is everything right now. This is not, even though, yes, we looked at courts, discoverability is how the smallest man can compete with anybody in the world and tap into the global economy and participate in the global economy. When we put out our content on our websites, our YouTube videos, our podcasts, we get to see the breakdown of the geography. And we're seeing that, people across all over the world are downloading the content, they're reading the blogs, they're watching the videos. We can see it. And that is what allows us to get business from anywhere in the world. We can get clients from Japan, the US, Australia, and as long as you have a product or service and you have a way to deliver that product or service to them, you are going to be able to now get that money from them, all right? So it's all about discoverability. When you guys are putting out content, I stress on learning how to tap into the Google data sets. That way you guys can see exactly what people want with respects to whatever your niche is and turn all of that data into content. And then when you learn how to optimize it, depending on your platform, whether it's your website, a podcast, or videos on YouTube, once you learn how to optimize that content that people are searching for, that is the recipe, as simple as it is, to be found. That way you can attract business and go ahead and take over the world. So again, folks, that is it from us. I thank you. We hit 1 hour and 45 minutes. Listen, big round of applause. Give a round of applause to my guy, Ocey Phillips, for tuning in once again.
You and these effects.
Always, always, always. Yeah, so drop some flames if you guys enjoyed this program. We will definitely come back with another episode where we are breaking down the business and showing you guys what we would do if we had the business. All right? Ocey, I want my stag.
All right. All right. I'll give it 2 star. I'll give it 2 star. I'll give it 2 star.
I love it. All right, guys. You guys have a wonderful night. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe and keep good. Do. I don't even have any music queued up to bounce out to. But all right, cool, no problem.
No Digipreneur zest way.
No Digipreneur zest, no worries.
Ladies,
All right, take care, everyone. Good night.
you've been listening to the Digiboss, Karan Rose. We hope your notepad was filled after this episode. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. The learning doesn't stop, folks. And to make sure you don't miss any gems from the Digiboss, go over and follow him on all social media platforms at Karan Rose. Folks, don't just sit there with a notepad. We need you to implement at least one thing into your business before the next episode. That's the only way your business levels up. Thanks for listening to Digipreneur FM. Now go be great.